I am headed to the store to get groceries, just everything that we need. Oh, sorry. Oh, that makes sense. All right, so this is the haul. Vlogging in a grocery store is kind of embarrassing. I'm slowly realizing we have a lot of food and it's not all gonna fit in this little cabinet that we have right here. James getting ready. All right, so we are going camping in Idaho, and I'm really excited because we've been wanting to go to Stanley, Idaho for a while, and it's never worked out. So now we finally get to go, and we're gonna take the motorhome. It's about a 6-hour drive, and I am headed to the store to get groceries, just everything that we need for our days that we're gonna be there. We're only gonna be there for 4 days, so we don't need a lot, but thought this would be interesting because I always feel like planning meals is the hardest part of camping. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to Smith's and figure out what we're gonna get before we leave on Monday, which is in 2 days. So come with me and let's go figure out what we're gonna make. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I am always looking for new inspiration when it comes to making food and like camping. Yes, we have a motorhome and we have like a stove and all that, but I just feel like it's easier, the packing wise, to kind of like group all of the food together to use for multiple meals, because then it's easier to just pack everything and you're not taking up a lot of pantry space in the RV. So we're gonna try our best to get things that we can use for multiple meals, and I really feel like the hardest meal to plan for is dinner. So we're just gonna see what we come up with and what we can use for like multiple meals. Also, are there any other moms in the chat that just use going to the grocery store as an excuse to get away from the kids for like a hot sec? Because that's me. There she is. I'm gonna be away from the kids. We've always got to eat Starbucks. It's just the way it works. There is no other option. Okay, so big package of strawberries. My kids do strawberries so fast. I'm gonna get. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. Some raspberries. This one is a weird one. Grapes are always refreshing and good. Even though we cut them up into like a million pieces for my tacos, they're a good snack. Right now I'm getting the breakfast items, so lots of fruit, bananas, and things that we can eat in the morning, but also stuff that we can use for other things throughout the day. So kind of like a double whammy. Fruit can be used as like snacks, but also as like breakfast. And fun fact, if you get bananas and you cover the top, they last longer. So I like to put foil over the little stems, and then they can just last a lot longer for everybody. Okay, so we're gonna get some veggies for some of the dinners. I think we're gonna do like a grilled dinner. So maybe we'll get some broccoli. Ooh, here's a medley. This actually might be a better choice than just that. The meals I'm thinking of is like chicken that we can like roast over the fire in like a foil campfire thing. If you've never seen that, it's pretty cool. But you put vegetables in and potatoes and chicken. So I think that's a good start. So let's go get some potatoes. Okay, we're gonna get some of these like small potatoes because these are gonna roast really good at the fire. Okay, so James told me he wants to do like a chicken pot pie meal, where basically we get like a pie crust and we would roast it over the fire again. So we're gonna get some carrots and some celery. This is probably good. Celery and then some carrots. And I think I'm gonna get baby carrots for that because they last longer. All right, let's get some carrots. I feel like we need a big bag just for that. Should be good. One of the most cost-effective lunch options is just sandwiches. So we're gonna get lots of bread because we go through bread pretty quickly. And then we're gonna get some peanut butter and jelly, sliced meat, and sliced cheese. So for the meat, I'm thinking we're gonna do maybe like a pasta meal. So we'll need some ground beef. Here we go. So we got some organic ground beef. And then James makes like the best filet over the fire. Like I can't even tell you. So I'm gonna try and find a filet and see if they have it today. If they do, yeah. And I think I'm gonna get some of this thin sliced chicken breast because it'll be easy to cook. Chicken breasts are always good. So the ground beef is gonna go in some pasta that we're gonna make. So I'm gonna go get some sauce for that. Pasta is just like always a really easy meal to do camping because you can just make the noodles, cook the meat, and then you're done. Fort cheese is always so good. Love this one. And then another hack when you're camping in an RV is to bring Tupperware, because then if you have leftovers, you can just keep them and then you can reheat them if you have a microwave or a stove, and it's just like way easier. So yeah. The kids love the raspberry one. Now we're gonna get some snacks too because my kids are always hungry. Get some applesauce. Maybe preferably one that's not like gonna break the bank. Let's see. 20 pouches. That's a good amount of applesauce right there, especially for the babe. My baby likes applesauce too. I mean, normally I get granola bars, but none of these are good for you. So they're all just sugar. See if we can find some healthier options for snacks because none of these are gonna fit the bill, unfortunately. Okay, so my husband loves deli meat. So for sandwiches, thinking we get him some ham. Is it the healthiest? No, definitely not. Will it fill him up? Yeah. So we're gonna get some of that just because it's easy. And James is very picky with breakfast, so we're gonna get him some sausage, maple sausage to be specific. He loves those. So get some of that. You know what? I think I'm gonna get some of these. This looks better. Ham and turkey. I'm gonna get some sliced cheese. And the good news is we can use these for sandwiches, like lunch meat sandwiches, but also grilled cheese, which is always a winner in our house. So that should be good. Get snacks. So I'm a huge fan of the popcorn. And my husband likes sun chips. don't know what it is, but there's something about chips and salsa when you're camping. It's just always a winner. So we're gonna get that and then some tortilla chips. I feel like we always forget to get butter. And it's like we always need butter, so I'm not gonna forget it this time. And get some eggs. So we'll just get a small carton. Why is this reduced? That's cool. Oh, that makes sense. Always check your eggs, fam. All right, good. And a couple more snacks. Seriously, so simple. My kids love saltine crackers, and they're not terrible. So, you know, we're gonna do that. Now, one thing I will say, when you have a lot of boxes and you're trying to like pack everything with boxes that's like in chunky cracker boxes like this, it's better to just put them in bags. And so I usually just take the boxes out and leave them in the bags, and then I'll get like chip clips, and then that's how we'll store it, so it's not super clunky and taking up a lot of space. So I'm not getting like everything on my list because we actually have a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna be using for some of the meals at home already. So I'm gonna try and cut cost by not getting everything and using some of the stuff we already have. Hopefully that will help with the budget. Of course, we have to get milk, and the good news is when you have a motorhome and you have a fridge that can run off of solar and our inverter, the fridge will always be cold. So we get a small full thing of milk for the toddlers because they love milk, and we can keep it in the fridge, and it should last the 4 days that we are out. Of course, we had to get coffee because always. And this one is actually really tasty. If you've never had it, it's like, I'm a huge coconut mocha fan, so it's pretty good. I'm not gonna get creamer because creamer is actually like really bad for you. So I just tend to use oat milk, and I have some oat milk at home. Actually, maybe I can find a smaller thing of oat milk because it's actually pretty large, and I don't know if it's gonna fit well in the fridge with everything else that we're getting. So let's look. I don't really see any small oat milks besides that one. They're all kind of the same size. Ha! Here we go. This is kind of smaller. Should fit in our fridge, which is good. So we're gonna get this instead. I know I already bought bread and peanut butter, but these, we don't have a lot of stuff right now in our freezer, and these are a really good, just like quick and easy snack. So I think I'm gonna get those because we don't have a lot of frozen stuff right now, and I think it's gonna fit. So that will just save us a lot of time. But I don't think it's gonna be enough to last us the 4 days because I'm telling you guys, my kids eat so much food. So yeah, we're gonna err on the side of having more than enough right now. Okay, so for our chicken pot pie, we're gonna get some pie crust. I don't think we need 2. How many do these come with? Oh, I guess they all come with 2. All right. Well, we're gonna try it, and hopefully this turns out. I will say this meal is James's idea, so if it doesn't turn out, it's his fault. Trail mix is always a good snack, and these are easy to pack because they're small. So we're gonna get these, and then my husband wanted some beef jerky, so we're gonna get him some of that. All right, so this is the haul that we got going on. Now we're gonna check out and see how much all of this is gonna cost. All right, so the grand total came to $298.08, which is kind of crazy. It is a lot of food, and that is a lot of money for 4 days. I guess the way I see it is a lot of this food we can always use when we get back. And when we're saving the food in Tupperware, that's stuff that's just leftovers, and we can always use that when, you know, we get home. So although it is a lot of food, it's gonna be really, I think all of it will probably be eaten at some point, whether it's on the trip or when we get home. But the next challenge is going to be trying to fit all of this in our fridge and in our storage space in the RV. And upon looking at all of our bags, I realized we actually do have a lot of food. So it's so hard to plan for toddlers because like they're either really hungry or they're not. And if your kids are anything like my kids, they are always asking for snacks. So I just like to make sure that we have enough snacks. Otherwise they are terrors. Snacks keep them happy, especially on long 6-hour drives like we're gonna have for the Idaho trip. So yeah, let's see if this is all gonna fit in the fridge and in our storage space and see if we can get that packed today. Hopefully we can get that done and then we'll be ready to go on Monday. Also, can I be so real for a second? Vlogging in a grocery store is kind of embarrassing. Not sure I ever want to do that again. I got a lot of looks. And I'm not good at this yet. Like I'm just starting to vlog and do all this. So that was a very interesting experience for me, and it was very awkward. Okay, it's the night before. We're getting ready, and I'm now ready to pack the refrigerator with all of our food, and I am slowly realizing we have a lot of food and it's not all gonna fit in this little cabinet that we have right here. So we're gonna have to use some of this cabinet space.
Use the spice cabinet there.
Yeah, you're right. We could also
not using that one or the one to the right of it.
We could use these somehow. Not sure how yet. Maybe we'll get creative, figure it out. But you guys are here along for the journey, so we're gonna figure it out together. James fixed a water leak that was going on. MVP award. Slowly.
That's how you get them, folks.
We're just realizing how to...
That's how you lock down the ladies right there.
How?
Fixing sinks and water leaks.
Right.
If you don't do it for them, somebody else will.
True.
And they're going to pay that guy. And you're going to be sitting on your ass looking like a fool.
Okay.
Like, oh, I wish I would have fixed it myself.
What are you doing here now?
We are pouring dish soap. This was some little... Where'd you learn this trick?
TikTok. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, we'll learn this trick on TikTok. I guess you poured... I mean, it makes sense. You pour this Dawn dish soap. We're not sponsored by Dawn, by the way. You pour this Dawn dish soap down the sink. And, I mean, obviously it's going to clean out all the residue and stuff like that. And then you just open your gray water tank. And hopefully it gets rid of some of that. Sometimes you get that stagnant smell when your RV or trailer sits for a minute.
Sewage.
So we're just trying to fix that. Well, it's not sewage, it's just dirt.
Well, it stinks
just
like
grease
sewage.
And food particles.
All right, so this is the refrigerator situation. And this is our cabinet situation for all the dry food. Definitely not enough space. So we're gonna have to see what we can fit in these and maybe take some of these guys out because this is from the previous owners and I'm not sure we need all of those
I'd say
spice things going on.
I don't know. That's a lot of spice, man.
It's a lot of spice, man.
We got 3 toddlers.
Yeah.
And 2 big old black dogs. And
yeah.
That's enough spice for us. We don't need any more goddamn spice.
It's enough spice. So the first thing I'm going to do is just check out what's going on here in the fridge. And we're going to see if we can load it up. so I was able to do the fridge. We actually have a lot of fridge space, so that is good. And I can probably move this somewhere up here for now. So that's great. We actually do have some fridge space in case we wanted to get anything else. And our freezer space is also pretty free. I did put the meat in here just so it doesn't spoil and so we can use it and we can just defrost it throughout the day. And now moving on to the dry goods, which is going to be our biggest challenge. So, okay, just took all the food out of the bags and this is what we got going on. We have quite a bit of chips here. Don't think we need that many chips for camping, so I will probably get rid of some of those, but I think I can make all of this fit with what we have. So now I'm gonna try and take some of these guys out and make some space so we can put some of the dry food up there. Alright, so now we have some storage. So between that and this, I think we're gonna be able to fit it. So let's try it out. This is also going to go in that cabinet because we don't need it right away. I think I'm going to put the easily accessible, like the stuff that we need, that we use a lot, in this cabinet. And then everything else that we need, like for meals, in the cabinet above the fridge. We're going to see if that works. I think I'm going to put one of the bananas in that cabinet because they take up
What in the heck is playing?
No idea.
God, man. Fucking Taylor Swift.
Okay, I think we did it. So this is going to be snack / bread and peanut butter because I don't want the bread to get smushed. These are chips, so those are not going to smush the bread. Then we've got bananas and pasta and a couple of other chips in this cabinet. And I think we did it, y'all. I think we fit all the food. Go us. So that worked out well. And taking that thing out was a smart decision because now we have more food space. All right, and that is the meal planning in a nutshell. We're gonna see how these meals turn out on the actual camping trip. So if you wanna tune into that video where we go to Idaho, I'm gonna link it below in the description. So go check that out, see how the meals actually turn out. But that is the planning process and the packing process. So hopefully it all works out. if you enjoyed this and you want to be a part of our community, hit the like, subscribe button, become a rambling outlaw with us, and we'll see you on our next adventure. See you there. Bye.